Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital and welcome back to the Rekt Capital channel here on YouTube. Let's dive into today's video where we're going to be talking about the macro downtrend, Bitcoin being incredibly close to revisiting and challenging for a breakout beyond this macro downtrend. And as we know, multi-month downtrends, year-long downtrends lead and proceed to multi-month and year-long, multi-year in this case, because Bitcoin tends to rally at least 2 years in its bull market. Multi-month downtrends precede multi-month uptrends. So let's dive into the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future, and let's talk about some really interesting historical tendencies in Bitcoin's price action, not only just talking about the macro downtrend, because we know that February, in this case February and March, this is a pre-breakout phase akin to the pre-breakout phase in 2019 and also 2015. So we are definitely in that pre-breakout phase, and the historical proximity to the halving event, well, historically we see 366 days to 396 days pre-halving, and that's when we see a breakout. So around 366 to 396 days is when Bitcoin breaks out from and beyond its macro downtrend. And with this first day of March, we are now currently 397 days before the next halving, April 2024. So lots of alignment here because time is a factor, but also this macro downtrend is a factor. And it's interesting how these two factors alone are really important in understanding this upcoming breakout. But they also merge together because as this sloping downtrend decreases over time, this downtrend, it represents lower and lower and lower and lower and lower prices over time as well. So time, the macro downtrend separately are a factor in this analysis, but also together, merged together, they are a factor in this analysis, because as time goes on, the breakout point for Bitcoin is going to be easier and easier because the breakout point is going to be lower and lower. So last month in February, for instance, the breakout point was around 27K, 26K, something around that region. But right now, the breakout point for Bitcoin is 25K this month. And what's interesting about this price point is that, incredibly, it's confluent with the 200-week moving average. And as you guys know, historically, the 200-week moving average is a vital reference point for price action. In the past, it's acted as a support for Bitcoin bottoms, generational bear market bottoms, with downside wicking below this moving average. But in this cycle, we had a different development where we saw, instead of downside wicking, we actually saw multi-month price action, clusters of price action develop below this 200-week moving average. And we've since recovered here, but still this level is acting as a resistance. And it just goes to show that breaking beyond this resistance of 25K, that is the macro downtrend, that is the 200-week moving average. This needs to be reclaimed as a support to enable that macro downtrend breakout into a new macro uptrend. And the thing about this 200-week moving average being a little bit different in this cycle, with clusters of price action actually forming below, because historically we'd only see downside wicking. But in the COVID March 2020 era, we saw a downside deviation via a wick, mind you, but a downside deviation of around 28% to the downside. And what's interesting about this, and this is actually a thread that I produced on Twitter, which actually called for a similar retracement of minus 28% towards the downside below the 200-week moving average, because this was essentially a repetition of the March 2020 downside wicking scenario in terms of retracement, because in March 2020 we saw a downside wick. Here we saw classes of price action and candle closes below the 200-week moving average, but nonetheless it was equal in terms of the retracement depth of minus 28% measured from the 200-week moving average, which is fascinating because history has repeated in terms of the retracement depth below the 200-week moving average. So in any case, we are currently at this macro downtrend, confluent resistance with the 200-week moving average, 25k, a key resistance that would, once breached, enable a strong move towards the upside, because until around the 30k region there isn't much resistance standing in the way of price action. And of course, whenever we see a break beyond the macro downtrend, we tend to see trend acceleration sooner or later. Is there going to be a 2015 like retest attempt in this cycle? It's not a guarantee, because in 2019 we saw price straight just shoot up towards the upside. So it's a sample of two, and that's also a limitation generally to a bullish case, as well as a limitation to a retesting case. But nonetheless, that's a case that I'm banking on, that I'm going to be watching out for this downtrend break. For me, history tends to repeat itself in these sort of macro structures, though it doesn't repeat exactly, which is why we can't say that a retest will definitely occur. However, I am confident that a breakout through this macro downtrend would yield some tremendous results for Bitcoin in this current year of 2023, even if we still see some retracement, because in 2019, for instance, after that first macro uptrend breakout move, we saw a pullback and saw a tremendous wick due to the March 2020 period. So this is going to be a year of volatility, and it's really important to just bear that in mind. And just going along with the macro downtrend, the 200-week moving average being an important resistance to break, this range high of the macro range needs to break as well. 23,400. Unfortunately, Bitcoin closed just below on the monthly, so this was a monthly close of February, just below the range high resistance. So we didn't get a confirmed breakout, but nonetheless, this March Bitcoin is still trying to reclaim this level as a support, and that's what needs to happen to enable that break towards 25k and enable that challenge for a macro downtrend breakout. So this is what needs to happen first. Reclaim 23,400, the range high of this macro range, as a support, and that would enable a move to 25k, which is the decisive move, the move that we're all waiting for to break this macro downtrend. And technically speaking, we're almost there. Time-wise, we could still see a breakout this month, or even in April, because in April it's going to be 365 days roughly prior to the halving. At the moment it's 397 days, which is fine, because what we saw this in the past as well, and a breakout this March is possible based on historical tendencies, but also a breakout in April wouldn't be out of the ordinary either. So these next 2 months, this month of March, the next month of April, those are some key, pivotal, crucial moments in time for this Bitcoin cycle. And one of the other things to mention from a technical standpoint is that the RSI has broken back into its red wedge structure, this macro wedging structure. And of course, we've never seen deviation below this structure. We've always rebounded from the bottom of this wedge right over here. But we have reclaimed the structure. And rallying from the bottom of this wedge has been something that the RSI tends to do. Sometimes an uninterrupted uptrend, sometimes a uptrend with some small shallow dips, but nonetheless it looks like the RSI, if it doesn't dip into this bottom red wedge, and historically we don't really see dips into the bottom of the red wedge once we reclaim this structure, the base of this structure as a support, it looks likely that the RSI is going to just enjoy a strong uptrend in the coming months, in the same way that it just enjoyed a uptrend in the past as well. These uptrends have happened before the halving, before the halving, and we are still before the halving as well. And one of the things to mention about this upcoming uptrend is this lower high diagonal resistance, this orange trend line here, which acts as a resistance that prompts a deeper dip after that strong uptrend ends for a period of a few months. So when we see a rejection from this lower high, there's a bit of rejection for a period of a few months, and it can even go on for many, many months, as was the case in 2019. But generally speaking, this lower high resistance could be the next major rejection point for the RSI. So that's around 65 on the RSI. We're currently around 45, so still a ways to go in terms of this strong uptrend on the RSI. Looks likely that we're going to see trend acceleration on the RSI, and price could indeed follow suit. And just one last thing to mention about this lower high diagonal. This represents the midpoint, approximately speaking, the midpoint of this red wedge. This red wedge being the overall structure, bear market bottoms occurring at the bottom of this wedge, bull market tops occurring at the top of this wedge, and this lower high diagonal representing the midpoint of this red wedging structure. And right now, of course, Bitcoin is in the bottom half of this wedge. But once we enter and break beyond the midpoint, this lower high diagonal, we're going to see tremendous overextension towards the upside in search for a bull market top. And that's when we enter the upper half of the wedge. So that's when we're going to see confirmed trend continuation in the bull market. But at this stage, this early nascent infant stage of the market cycle, we're still just trying to pick up and rally towards the midpoint. So at the moment, just beginning the uptrend, then we're going to start seeing a strong uptrend in the first stage of this market cycle, and then break into the upper half of the wedge. That's when we're going to see trend continuation in an exponential form where extreme greed and FOMO enters into the market. So that's about it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching it. I'm very excited to just share with you that I've announced the deep dives, which are very similar, and if not go into so much more detail, because these are 30-minute videos published every Tuesday. These deep dives are something that I've been working on for a while, and in fact, yesterday I published my very first deep dive about the pi cycle top indicator. So many fascinating insights, so many historical tendencies that can truly be of value to you as a Bitcoin investor. Really just insights that can truly change the game when it comes to investing, and how we look at the pi cycle top throughout this year, how we can utilize it in the short, mid and longer term. Because we know that in 2025, a pi cycle crossover is going to be quite important. But how can we utilize it as a valuable metric in our investing over the coming months, this year and next year? It's a versatile indicator. The pi cycle top was one of the few indicators which actually preceded and called the 2021 top, market cycle top. So it's an indicator that's really important to focus on, and I've dissected and analyzed it in depth in the deep dive published yesterday. Check it out. Feel free to sign up, because I also talk about how this pi cycle top indicator and its tendencies tie in and play into the 4-year cycle by Bitcoin. So really important insights, game-changing insights, and in my opinion, make the most of the early bird discount. It's still running for a few days. In a few days, the price will be going up. So make the most of the early bird offer. The price will be going up in a few days' time. So do not miss out on this early bird discount. Get the new deep dive, sign up in the link in the description down below. I'm incredibly pleased that subscribers are finding tremendous value in these deep dives. 5-star ratings already. I'm really overjoyed and really happy, because this is what I'm aiming for, to just act as a guide in the space, provide that expert commentary, and help people navigate this space and enrich their lives with valuable insights, metrics, indicators, and takeaways about the market. So I'm really pleased about these 5-star ratings, really pleased about the testimonials that have been coming from the subscribers who've been viewing deep dives for a while. I shared a deep dive in the Rekt Capital newsletter a month ago just to give people an idea as to what to expect from these deep dives, and they were very well received. So I'm incredibly pleased and happy to hear that people are enjoying it. And this is just what the deep dives page looks like. When you sign up, you'll just have a variety of videos that you can watch at your own leisure. Just click watch. You get to watch these videos whenever you want. And of course, this is the new Bitcoin deep dive Pi cycle top and 4-year cycle analysis ready for you if you'd like to check it out. And of course, I've featured a deep dive from last month, and I'm going to be adding some other deep dives that I've posted over the past few months as well. But not only that, I'm going to, of course, be providing new deep dives every Tuesday, so this list of videos is only going to get longer. And of course, last but not least, every video is accompanied with its own text format, so an email that alerts you whenever a deep dive comes out, and you can view this but also comment on the video. So I'm going to be looking at all the comments just to understand the questions that people have and to answer them to the best of my ability, but also if there are any questions about TA requests or things that people would like to see in the deep dives and future deep dives, I'm more than happy to take on that feedback and make videos based on that feedback from what people want to see. So feel free to check out the deep dives, check out the link in the description down below, make the most of the early bird offer. That's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak to you soon.